Hey everyone, Vickriman here. Welcome back to Factorio. Last time I just queued up between episodes, I just queued up some science speakers to throw in there just to keep things rolling. But other than that, I haven't really done anything major. So, sort of the next thing we want to do is we do have the ability to make walls now. And we do want to make sure that that happens because it'll be quite useful. So we'll make some more drills. And then what we'll do is, actually we have enough stone for this. We're going to need more furnaces. So basically what you put the stone in the furnaces to make blocks. And then the blocks can make walls and some other stuff too. We're not going to need it a whole lot yet, but it is something that we want to think about because we want to be somewhat careful on our defense. We don't want to be kind of caught off guard. So I'm going to put maybe 4 of these guys in the stone. And we're not going to need anywhere near the furnace production as those other ones, especially because by the time we really need a lot of this stuff, we will probably be using it from a different location. So our furnaces, and that's fine that I queued up more. Oh yeah, forgot we need coal too. So we'll just take a little splitter off. And actually that's not terribly convenient. Let's just go this way. Should be some space going the other way. Why the heck not? Same dealio. And again, I'm not quite sure on the spacing, so we're just going to do it like that. And yeah, this should be plenty. We're going to start there. No, I think actually we want to do that for power considerations. Need more inserters, not pipes. What do we need? Iron, of course. I think I've got some more for you. Alright, so the next thing we want is probably going to be logistics 2. No. Do we have automation 2? Automation 2. What do you need for that? You need electronics. Oh, of course. That's good. Should give me enough space. And in fact, no, that power isn't actually going to work. I was going to say, your power is already in place, but it's not. In fact, you're in the way. And that, of course, sets everything off. And split you off. Let's make this a little more pretty, shall we? No reason to do that. Excellent. That is all set. And I've got some assembly machines. Maybe 2 of these guys. Feeding into one chest. Whoops. And yeah, this is all that we really need this for at the moment, but we will need it for other things too. Not the least of which is going to be stone furnace. Oh no. Got the spacing wrong. And that is the only ingredient for those guys. So that's pretty good. And yes, we've got some walls coming. That'll take a while. So we'll go do some other things. Oh yes. Probably the first order of business is going to be automating our science. So to do that, we are going to require some copper plates and some iron gears. I think this is an okay amount of space between these guys. And yeah. Let's see. I think let's build more assembly machines. And we're actually going to mass produce some underground tracks as well, because those are going to be very useful. So to do that, I think what I'm going to do is just have another supply chain. That is just going to be 3 of these dudes. And the ratios may not be 100%. But it'll work. Everything's powered. So you are going to make wheels. You are going to make transport belts. And you are going to make underground belts. Because our setup here is going to require a lot of these guys. That is all looking good. Obviously, we're not using all the iron we're mining at the moment, but we are going to step that up soon. So why not get yourself ready? And I've got a lot of belts right now. In fact, it may behoove me to throw a bunch of them in the underground creator. All right, let's think about this. We are definitely going to need more assembly machines. Do I have splitters? I've got 3. Should be enough. So let's build it over here, I think. So what we shall do is split off. And we don't want too much interference. Definitely need this on my hot buyer. Whoops. Don't need two of those. We're going to use these to keep things somewhat organized. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so for the science, all we need to do is get these guys to become wheels. Now let's check the old timings of everything. So this takes 5 seconds to make. It takes 0.5 seconds to make a wheel. So that means, all right, I don't know if it's a second or a tick or something. Whatever the measurement is. So that means we could make one of these guys in 5 seconds makes 10. So we could produce 10 from one. We could supply 10 from one gear thingy, which is kind of insane, really. I think maybe I want to do 2 just to be sure. And again, if we get a huge backup, that'll be fine once we get robots, because then we can just make it on the supply line. So then we'll exit the machine, going like so. And honestly, we're probably going to be just fine. Probably going to be just fine. Doing this. Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. Because it shouldn't saturate this. Yep, and it'll be pretty easy to expand this, so we're actually just going to do it on one side so that we always have the option to add more. Of course, we're going to need enough science labs to make this worth the effort, but at least we've got this underway. So then you'll grab and go over there. And these will be fed into the science. Whoops, we're out of tools. So I think maybe up here we'll build science labs. Because that way we'll be able to get the other beakers going. to that same location. I think we'll start with that. If we need more, it'll be very easy to add it. So now we do need to build these guys. All right, so power. Ah, these things are so annoying. Super duper. So yeah, I suspect we won't need all that gear production actually. Need more plates. We can do 4 labs. Obviously, this will be expandable. So we'll be okay starting with that. And I'm going to queue up some turrets. No, I'm not. Okay, we can start on the inserters. We're going to go one side, I think. So that gives us the option of either doing a second line with red once we get the new science, or we can do it on the other side of the science. And in fact, I think these may be too close together. Amount of poles. I need some wood. Wood. Science lab. All right. Power up. Should probably get these things automated. Yeah, it wouldn't be too hard to do. So I can just go and pick up a nice little selection. Oh, were we missing something here? Oh, yeah. That should work, and we'll move the other one. Now, about those poles. The thing about it is it needs wood, which you can only get from your own harvesting. So I think what you need is actually 3 of these guys, because you're going to need copper wire. And you're also going to need to refine the wood. So this is going to have to be that, and that's going to have to be that, and that's going to be poles. I'm going to put a chest here to deposit wood. And yeah, that should help. Anytime I have a ton of wood, just stick it in there. And then of course we're going to need another place to set it that I can pick it up. And I've got 18 wood, so throw that in there for now. And automation 2, so we can get the nicer inserters, which are faster and do allow us to make a ton more stuff. These basic ones are pretty bad. They can't even self-replicate. You need the blue inserters to make the gray inserters. And that should keep you occupied for a little while. And the next thing that I do want to do is we're going to make another key resource that is going to be used in a ton of things, and that's going to be our circuits. So let's clear some space. I guess, yeah, I guess I'll have to chop all this. Because I don't really want, whoops. Hang on. Yeah, it's not really any faster. Well, we'll have plenty for our automated wooden pole production. Guess we can go horizontal, couldn't we? Actually, why not just set it kind of over here? We do have all this space. And that one copper wire thing is not going to be doing too much for us. Circuits only require the 2 resources, don't they? Yes. So all I'm going to do is get this guy to go underground. This is somewhat irregular, but it's going to be okay. Let's go with logistics too. Whoops. Perfect. So we're just going to angle you back around so we can take advantage of all this space. Actually, we don't want to crowd that too much just in case we want to make some changes. And if we ever want to assemble something there that requires copper, well, it's right there. More assembly machines are needed. So the way this works is we're going to grab copper. We're going to have a copper wire. Actually, 3 of them. Because the production rate for circuits is such that 3 copper wire producing assemblers will supply 2 circuit circuit producers. Oh, we need more. We need more. Oh, we've got blue now. Excellent. So three of these guys will supply 2 circuit producers. And now that I've got blue inserters, I can start making blue assemblers. I can start making. Oh, does that require green? Did I select something that requires green? I sure did. Do that. Yeah, you see, we're creating circuits by hand because we have to put those into these assembly machines. But when we finish this, we will have enough, or we will start manufacturing these automatically. So that's good. And this is how you do it. Hopefully we can, yeah, having small poles. Oh, it's not that bad, really. Okie doke. So, copper wire, or nope, sorry, that's not it. And we'll probably do more, but we'll start with this just to get going. And yeah, you will be going to the bus. Because you are a super duper duper important thing. Oh, forgot. You're gonna need iron. So that means we're actually going to split out the iron. And I did it on this side so I wouldn't have to cross. Although that wouldn't have been the end of the world, really. No! That really screws something up when something's on a belt that is not supposed to be! Alright, And we're going to need those guys. Whoops. So yeah, this will be totally expandable. Oh, that's not going to work with our small poles. And there you have it. Well, that's going to be quite useful. But for now, thanks for watching. This is Vickriman. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to see more Factorio. It's going to be a good time. So we'll see you when we come back. Making some quick progress here. Although, oh, that's silly me. There we go. Something that actually only requires red. But we will get green very soon. Probably next episode. Or at least we'll get close to it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.